A second match in 4 days for Southampton's under-23s. Tuesday night resulted in a very impressive 3-0 win over West Ham in the Premier International Cup. Well, tonight it's back to league matters, where Saints welcome Newcastle to Staplewood in the Premier League 2 Division 2. Well, these sides met just over a month ago and played out a 1-1 draw in the Premier League Cup, so it could be a tight contest tonight. And it's live on the official Southampton FC Facebook page and YouTube channel. A very good evening, I'm Ian Wilding, and Saints make 3 changes to the side that beat the Hammers, and there is a start for Harry Lewis, the Saints goalkeeper who was on loan at Dundee United last season, and the virtual ever-present Jack Rose drops to the bench. 2 of Saints goal scorers on Tuesday, Marcus Barnes and Tyreek Johnson, are replaced by Harry Hamblin and Nathan Teller. So those are your sides for Southampton. Newcastle make 4 changes to their team. So Saints have got Lewis in goal. A change of formation tonight as well, which is interesting to see. 3 at the back: O'Connor, O'Driscoll, Clara. That man, Jake Vokins, is the left wing back with Kane Ramsey on the right hand side. Slattery and Hamblin, the 2 in the middle. And Smallbone and Teller playing just off Afolabi. Saints substitutes tonight are Pahama, Jack Rose, Jankovic, Rabis and Christian Norton. So a very young looking side with a number of players making the step up to train recently with the first team. So Saints to get us underway. The referee today is Mr. Josh Smith. Saints looking to bounce back from their last league match where they lost 2-1 away at Aston Villa. And Newcastle have got Harker in goal then. Sterry, Bailey, Sinagra and Allen come in. O'Connor, Walters, Sean Langstaff and Lungello and Boulay drop out. So it's Sterry, Bailey, Watson, Gibson at the back. Matt Longstaff and Sinagra in the middle, with Allen, Roberts and Wilson playing just off their top goal scorer, Elias Sorensen, who's already scored more than 10 goals in the league for Newcastle United. So a round trip then of more than 600 miles for Newcastle United's youngsters. They'll certainly want to go all the way back to the northeast with something tonight. And a throw which the Austrian Clara will take. So a change of formation then. Senior manager Ruff Hasenhüttl watching here as well at Staplewood, along with his assistant. And now it's Afolabi, gives it away, but Newcastle try and play it towards Roberts. Nathan Teller just loses possession there. There's Sterry. Bailey. And Kellum Watts, who, as well as a defender, is also a box-to-box midfielder, plays it back to Nathan Harker. Foul from Clara then on Adam Wilson. Newcastle United unbeaten in 5 matches in all competitions. Certainly playing well at the moment. That's a foul on Allen. Not refereed too many games at Staplewood, this referee, Josh Smith. Who's a man in the middle tonight. And they can't really have too many complaints either there about that free kick. It's moved across that time from Bailey. Here's Sinagra. It's an option now to play it to Sterry. Gives it away though. Chip forward towards Afolabi. Tries to get there. Flags up offside, and Newcastle United win a free kick. Good to see Afolabi getting a run of games again. Nathan Teller in there as well tonight. Those two often link up really well, but Afolabi is getting more games now recently due to Michael Obafemi making the step up and training with the senior side, and also been part of the senior squad last couple of games or so. Roberts back. Good play from Sorensen. Wilson. Vokins away. Free kick to Southampton. Foul there from Wilson, who played at Staplewood earlier on last month. He's equally adept on the wing as he is up front. So Harry Lewis then, back in the side tonight for the under-23s. The man who arrived from Shrewsbury back in 2015 was described at the time as the next Joe Hart. Here is Newcastle United with Nathan Harker. Sinagra heads on for Newcastle. Here he is again. Within the first 5 minutes then. Nathan Harker kicks it long. Here's Clara. Tries to move the ball up towards Afolabi. Now what can Southampton do here? Here's Teller. Vokins on the left-hand side. Here is Vokins. Right across the face of goal. Couldn't find the end product. First half chance of the game. Teller to Vokins. Just no one in the end of it. Three in the box there, but as you can see from those blue lines on the pitch, just like on Tuesday nights, they've been painted onto the pitch, instructed by the new Southampton manager Ralph Hasenhüttl, with the first team training on this pitch earlier in the week. The only floodlit pitch here at the training ground. Fantastic facilities here. It's O'Connor, who's not played in a back three very often. He often plays centre-back, central midfielder, but normally it's a part of a two, so it's a different challenge for him, Clara and O'Driscoll tonight. On a very cold, chilly evening here at Staplewood. Here's Vokins. There's the Irishman O'Connor. Away from Sterry is Sinagra. Good play this from Southampton. Slattery. Can't find a Saints player. Not too far off though. Here's Ramsey. Back to Harry Hamblin. One of 3 Saints changes tonight. Not a bad ball. Chance for Teller potentially. Nearly fouled to Smallbone, who's also playing in a slightly different position tonight. He's playing down that right-hand side as a front three, Will Smallbone, as opposed to a central midfielder. You can imagine he could well shine in that role. Set up a goal on Tuesday as well against West Ham. It was Teller to Smallbone. Good block though. Sterry needs to be careful here. Good challenge that time on Slattery. Oh, that's risky, that's for sure. So certainly Jake Vokins will have a big role to play tonight in that left wing back role. Played for England under 17s as well in the European Championship. Vokins now forward from O'Connor up towards Afolabi, but it falls this time to Sterry. Afolabi, Smallbone, first shot on target. Harker deals with it well. Saints on top here. Southampton certainly had the better of it so far tonight in these early stages. Under 23s football here at the training ground. Southampton against Newcastle. live on the Saints FC Facebook page and YouTube channel. We've got live online TV coverage of every single Southampton under-23s home match this season. Saints doing pretty well this season as well, up in 4th. 3 points off the leaders Wolves. Slattery. O'Driscoll to O'Connor. What this formation does allow the likes of O'Connor and O'Driscoll to do is move forward into a midfield role. Both are comfortable in that position, so it could well suit them playing as part of a back three. Another throw to Southampton, who've suffered just 3 defeats in 20 matches now, Saints, in all competitions, the under-23s. O'Connor. O'Driscoll to Clara. Ramsey. Afolabi's offside. Nathan Harker then, the Newcastle, Northampton-born goalkeeper. Good competition between him and our other goalkeeper, Freddie Woodman. Here's Teller. O'Connor leaves it for Lewis. Chip forward though. Back from Hamblin. Brought down from Teller. See what Nathan Teller can do here. Nathan Teller, who's had a couple of substitute appearances recently, back in the fold again tonight. And once he gets going, that pace can really cause problems to the opposition's defences. And if Saints can produce what they did against West Ham on Tuesday, they could be in for quite a night. Wadi Jahidi said it's one of the best performances he's seen from his players in that 3-0 win in the Premier International Cup, which saw Southampton progress through to the quarter-finals knockout stages. Johnson and Barnes gave Saints a 2-0 lead on half an hour. And then it could well have been credited to Ferry, but there's also, you would say, an own goal for the West Ham keeper for their third, who dropped it into the net for a corner. Before Saints missed a penalty through Callum Slattery, but it was all Saints, that is for sure. Here, Saints have had the better of it so far. And they've got a throw, which Vokins will take. The Oxford-born fullback plays it back to O'Connor. Here's Clara. O'Driscoll. Tom O'Connor back towards Nathan Harker in the Newcastle goal. Watts back to Harker. Good tackle, that one from Teller. He's got Slattery to his left. Slattery's got Afolabi in the middle. It finds him and loops comfortably into the arms of Nathan Harker. Saints certainly getting plenty of balls into the box so far though tonight. Well, it was 9th of November when these two sides met in the Premier League Cup. It finished 1-1. Saints so close, though, to winning that game in that group stages, which is still ongoing. A very late equaliser. And Newcastle United a draw. Sorensen 2 minutes from time on what was a really cold, wet night after Marcus Barnes, Saints' top goal scorer, had given Southampton a 1-0 lead after 19 minutes. There is the Southampton manager, Ralph Hasenhüttl, there in the middle, watching on. He was very impressed with what he saw in the week. So much so that even more players have been joining him this week for training as a result. Free kick, which Vokins will take. Headed on to Wilson. Jonathan Afolabi. Ramsey. O'Driscoll. Clara back to O'Driscoll. Lewis. Matt Longstaff. He was playing in the middle with his brother in their last match, in their 2-1 win against Norwich. Matt and Sean Longstaff, but only one of the brothers playing tonight. Here's Sterry. Allen's pushed and Newcastle United win a free kick. Given away by Bailey. Coming forward here with Hamblin. Newcastle could get punished here. Here's Slattery. Newcastle get away with it. Newcastle yet to test Harry Lewis in the Southampton goal. Comes off O'Connor. Throw to the away side. Well, Newcastle United have won 7 of their last 9 matches in all competitions. One of the 9 where they didn't win was that draw against Southampton last month. Also lost 3-1 at home to Middlesbrough, but they've won every other game. Here's Hamblin. Slattery to Smallbone. Ramsey. Clara to O'Driscoll. Here's O'Connor. Vokins. Sanagra. Good tackle from Vokins. Timed that well on Thomas Allen. Stopped him from going on a mazy run there, that is for sure. He's had a solid game again tonight so far. Southampton have been solid this season. They've not conceded nearly as many as last season, and at the moment yet to break the deadlock either side. Probably the best chance so far was that ball in from Vokins across the face of goal, but there was no contact on it. Had a couple of attempts on target, Southampton, which has harmlessly gone straight at the goalkeeper. Harker in the Newcastle goal. O'Connor to take the throw. O'Driscoll again to Clara. Ramsey to Afolabi. And wins a free kick. Well, this is Southampton's last game of the year, and it's been a pretty decent year as well. They've won 18 games since the start of the year. which is pretty impressive, that is for sure. They're certainly on a good run at the moment. They could move into the top 3 with a win if other results go their way. Afolabi back, and then it's out from Slattery to the right. Here's Vokins again. Here's Teller. Sorensen gives it away. Back to O'Driscoll. Ramsey. Back to Watts for Newcastle United. So a quiet last 10 minutes or so. Nothing major to report in that time. Newcastle may get something moving here though. Here's Roberts. Sorensen. It's got Allen in the middle. Certainly faint appeals there. Certainly their danger man, Sorensen. Newcastle will be relying on him. Saints yet to give him an opportunity though up front. Here's Vokins. Back to O'Connor. Aaron O'Driscoll to Christoph Clara. Slattery again. Better from Southampton. Tried the 1-2, couldn't find Vokins though. Here's Roberts. Roberts, a player for Newcastle who's had first team senior experience in the past. He's had loans at Gateshead and Kilmarnock. Also 2 England under-20 caps as well. But Southampton so far keeping that Newcastle midfield quiet. Here's O'Connor. O'Driscoll again to Clara. Those two passing to each other quite often so far tonight. Here is Smallbone. Again, Slattery. Decent ball in. Vital challenge before Teller could get there. And Newcastle United have got Sterry to thank on that occasion. A perfect ball into the penalty area. Brought down well from Afolabi in the first place. And had Sterry not made that challenge, no doubt Southampton would be getting the first goal of the evening. Corner nonetheless. First one for Southampton of the evening. Clara and O'Driscoll wait for it. Delivered in. Comes back again though to Clara. Now here's Smallbone again. Another ball past the back post. Another corner one that time. It was a cross in from Slattery that time. Second consecutive corner. Vokins with a corner then. Here at the Southampton FC training ground. Vokins delivers in. Headed away that time. Teller. Another opportunity. What an effort that was off the crossbar from Smallbone. What a strike. Deserved a goal, that did. And a really decent couple of minutes that for Southampton. It was played back from O'Driscoll originally. How true did he hit that? So unlucky, Will Smallbone. Huge prospect, Will Smallbone, that's for sure. Joined Saints at the age of 8. And he also scored a stunning goal in the FA Youth Cup against Manchester United a couple of years ago, and that would have matched that one as far as goals are concerned. Here he is again, he's on fire tonight. Smallbone to Ramsey. Decent ball in. Oh, well, one's a corner. Did well to win the corner in the first place. And Saints have started to move up through the gears last few minutes. Best chance for a country mile, that was. There it is again. Very, very unlucky there from Will Smallbone. But Saints have a third corner of the evening. They're third in 2 minutes as well. Vokins once more to take. Nearly found O'Driscoll, not that time though. It comes back to Harry Hamblin. Deep ball and dealt with from Harker in the Newcastle goal. Here's Sorensen. Slattery to Hamblin. Well, had that goal had gone in, that would have been certainly contender for Saints under 23 goal of the season. Can't think many would have beaten that one.
I've no idea. Oh, right. Yeah. Anything, yeah. I'll try and find out for you.
O'Driscoll to O'Connor, back towards Harry Lewis. Afolabi. Teller wins the free kick. Brought down from Gibson. And is the referee going to produce his first yellow card of the evening? Doesn't look like it this time. But Teller's pace and power there, winning Southampton a free kick. Taken quickly, too quickly, from Smallbone's pass. Saints looking to build on this decent 5-6 minute period. Only 3 games this season where they failed to score in the league. They've also kept 5 clean sheets, but neither side yet to score so far tonight. Once again, Smallbone to take the free kick. Cleared up towards Vokins, who also made his FA Youth Cup debut at the age of 16. Kicked long that time from Allen. And Thomas Allen, who can play winger, attacker as well. Was at Cramlington Juniors before joining Newcastle United. Here is Vokins though now. He's had plenty of ball, Vokins, on this left-hand side. Slattery, lovely ball. Beautiful ball up towards that right-hand side, and it's across the face of goal. Very, very unlucky. And Saints continuing to keep this pressure on here. Great ball out towards Ramsey in the first place. But once again, it was another ball across the face of goal, just like earlier, but there's no one there to tap it in. And it stays 0-0. Bit of stoppage here then, so goalless, and hopefully Southampton will hope that it doesn't ruin the flow of the game, because it's come in the last 6-7 minutes where Southampton started to play really well after a very quiet period before then. Ruddy Jahidi, the Southampton under-23s coach, says the players are fit enough to deliver a similar performance to Tuesday night, with 2 games in 4 days, and they've certainly delivered last few minutes, that's for sure. Here we go again then. Slattery gives it away. Newcastle clear, approaching the half-hour mark. Here's Ramsey again. Another player that's made the step up to the senior side is Jan Valery, so Kane Ramsey getting an awful lot of opportunities on that right-hand side this season. Here's O'Connor. Teller is fouled. Said about the clean sheets the Saints have picked up. 3 of their last 4 have also been clean sheets, and they've been solid so far tonight, restricting Newcastle to nothing at all at the moment going forward. Here's O'Connor. Teller to Vokins, to Afolabi. Good perseverance to try and win the ball back, but gives away a free kick as a result. Foul on Allen. Jonathan Afolabi. Matt Longstaff is going to leave it this time for Adam Wilson. Could be a ball in potentially as well from Thomas Allen. It is going to be Wilson. Headed away from O'Driscoll. Good solid header. Still some defending to do here. Out towards the left, ball in. It was Roberts with the cross. He's been quiet tonight, but a decent ball from him. Here's Slattery. Foul on Afolabi, and Southampton win another free kick. Taken quickly. That looks like it's going out for a corner. It is. It came off the head of Sterry. Well, Southampton won at Newcastle earlier on in the season in September in the FA in Northumberland. They won 1-0, and Michael Obafemi goal separated the two sides back then. Not a lot in it then, not a lot in it in the Premier League Cup either, and the same applies tonight. But Saints trying in vain to get that first goal. They might get one here. Smallbone to take the corner. Another decent ball that time. And it's headed over the crossbar. O'Driscoll with the final touch, and that wasn't far off. Decent ball in the end. Good cross from Smallbone. Just couldn't find that end product. Well, there's been about 5 or 6 attempts so far. They've all come for Southampton at the moment. This new formation of 3-4-3 is certainly working for them last 10 minutes or so. And that back 3 has made it very difficult for Newcastle United to break them down so far. Here's Wilson for Newcastle, gets past Slattery. He's not going to get past Clara though, but Newcastle United do win a throw. Another free kick then for Southampton. They're winning all the free kicks and corners so far. Here is Vokins, if he can keep that in play, he can't. Throw to Newcastle. Sterry to take. Newcastle came from a goal down to beat Norwich 2-1 on Monday. Power had given Norwich a lead on 20 minutes, but Roberts on 40. Then Longelo Mbule, just before half-time, gave Newcastle a big 2-1 win in the Premier League 2, Division 2. Moved Newcastle up to 6th. A win against Southampton would see them leapfrog Saints. And they could even move up to 3rd themselves with a win, Newcastle. Here's Smallbone again, though. Saints will try and make sure that doesn't happen, and they continue to control this game. Back to Lewis. Through ball up towards Teller. Teller's in here potentially. And it's not too far away either. And it's another corner kick for Southampton. Teller's pace again there, getting in behind the defence. Beautiful ball once more. And a vital touch there from Nathan Harker in the Newcastle United goal. Seemed to head towards goal in slow motion. Saints took about 20 minutes to win a corner. Now they've won 6. It was a free header from the last corner. Let's see what can happen here. Once again, it's Smallbone to deliver. Chest height. Harker for Newcastle. He is an imposing goalkeeper, Nathan Harker, and he commanded his area well there. Started to become a regular number 1 at this level 2 years ago. Slattery to Kane Ramsey. Slattery again. Here's Smallbone. Good football from Saints. Couldn't find the finish. They've got another corner. Newcastle on the back foot here. So this time on the other side, Smallbones had the corner on this near side on 2 occasions, but this time it's once again Jake Vokin's turn. So I've had a few corners. The one thing is that Newcastle have headed most of them away. Maybe Southampton can create something here. Vokins. Oh, and it causes problems in that goal. And a real melee. And it looked like it came off a Saints player in the end. Goal kick by the looks of things. Goal kick then to the away side. That was a real opportunity as well. Close to the keeper. Good play from Clara to put him off. Afolabi there with a final left-footed shot. Linesman did well to see that amongst that melee of players in there, but a goal kick was given, and now it's Smallbone. And Newcastle have the ball once more with Kellen Watts. Eight to play then before half-time. Roddy Jahidi, I'm sure, will be the happier of the two coaches. Ben Dawson, the Newcastle coach, is his opposite number. Here is O'Driscoll. One from Sinagra, who was certainly one of Newcastle's main players when they came here last month. One from Clara. Here's Slattery. Back to Harry Lewis. Harry Hamblin. Harker. Adam Wilson needs a bit of treatment here. Adam Wilson looks like he's going to be okay. Will Smallbone has had the shot of the game so far, with a terrific strike. And here it is. It's a terrific pass played onto him on a plate, and how well did he hit that? 100 miles an hour. Obviously would have had no chance there, Harker, in the Newcastle goal. And it was that strike, despite the fact that it was kept out, didn't find the back of the net. It was after that that Southampton really started to come to life. The decent period of 10 minutes there of chance after chance, corner after corner. It certainly got Southampton going, that shot. And they're continuing to put the pressure on. He's going to have another go here, and it's not far off again. Will Smallbone is having a terrific game tonight. There he is again in a similar kind of position. Different kind of shot that time. 2 long-range strikes from Smallbone. Both of them weren't far away at all. You certainly feel like Southampton are going to do something every time he gets on the ball. Here's O'Connor to Teller. Back to Vokins. Could shoot with his right foot. 3 players around him though. Here's Allen. Slattery. Here's Smallbone again. Good play from him. In from Ramsey. Back to Harry Hamblin. Slattery. Good play here, Slattery. Away from Watts. Clara to O'Driscoll. We were saying about a decent winning run that Southampton have been on. The fact that they've not lost many games at all, 3-18 in all competitions. It all started that decent run towards the end of last season as well, when they won 2 in a row. Right at the end of the season, beating Fulham and Middlesbrough. It's carried on into this season as well. I'm sure they'll look very much in a decent place to get into the playoffs at least at the end of the season. Try and get back into the top flight of the PL2. And they've deserved a goal so far tonight, but they've not got one. Up to Roberts. Well, one back though from Slattery. Good tracking back from him. But the Newcastle defence have certainly done their bit tonight, heading lots away. Crosses that have gone into the box. Credit should go to Bailey and Watts for them. But that man Roberts, certainly when he's on the ball, he looks like he can cause some problems. Into the last 5 minutes of the first half. Liam Gibson. Certainly got a fine left foot on him. He models his game on Spain's Jordi Alba, he was said on the Newcastle website. Moved across again to Sinagra. Shot is blocked from Matt Longstaff. Saints quick breakaway here. Here's Teller. Does well there. Across. It would have been easy to shoot, but Afolabi just loses out, and Newcastle come back in numbers. And O'Driscoll heads on for Southampton. Lovely football. Southampton forward now to Afolabi. Afolabi's got Vokins in the middle. Teller as well. Smallbone. Ramsey. Smallbone again. Hamblin. Smallbone forced back that time. Clara to O'Driscoll. O'Connor to his left. Slattery gives it away. Sorensen. Straight to O'Driscoll. O'Connor. Find out in a minute how many minutes of stoppage time we're going to have. Here's Teller. Slattery gets it off Sorensen. Adam Wilson. Back to Gibson. Wilson back to Watts. Bailey. Matt Longstaff goes deep. His brother was heavily linked with Portsmouth not long ago. One back, here's Teller. Good challenge there, but it falls nicely to Southampton. Afolabi. Here's Roberts. Well, Harry Lewis in the Southampton goal hasn't had anything to do so far tonight. But that experience last season north of the border will certainly have helped him. Over 30 games, Harry Lewis, when he played for Dundee United on loan. And the virtual ever-present Jack Rose, a former West Brom goalkeeper, on the bench tonight as a result. And then it's back again. This time it was Bailey who played it back to the keeper, Harker. Good spell of possession this though for Newcastle. Ball forward now again. This time it was Wilson with a cross. Roberts couldn't bring it down. Newcastle haven't got it inside Saints' box too often so far tonight, but that was an opportunity, a half one for them. Header was too good there, really, from Kellen Watts. His first under-18 appearance came against Newcastle's arch-rivals Sunderland, so that was quite an introduction for him, but it's back towards Lewis. Back again. Here's Sinagra. Tries to put Wilson away. Here's Teller. Afolabi to his left. Give it away from Matt Longstaff. Here's Ramsey. Back to Hamblin. Whistle imminent. O'Connor. O'Connor again. There's the whistle. It's half-time and Saints 0, Newcastle 0, under 23s here at the training ground. But it's Southampton who've had more of it so far. That man, Will Smallbone's been instrumental in the middle and had two terrific long-range strikes. The best of them was first up. Right-footed shot off the crossbar. What a fantastic strike from him. So very unlucky not to get on the score sheet. The man who was generally playing for the under-18s last season. And he's seamlessly moved his way into the under-23s and was marginal there, very, very close to putting Saints 1-0 up. And then, about 15 or so minutes later, that right-footed strike certainly left goalkeeper Nathan Harker stranded, but the way he's playing with so much confidence, certainly worth a go. Southampton have won corner after corner, number of free kicks as well. And they've tested the goalkeeper Nathan Harker 2 or 3 times. Most shots have been straight at him though, to be honest with you. But let's see what the second half can bring. Live online TV coverage to come then on the Saints FC Facebook page and YouTube channel in the second half. But here at Staplewood, we will be back in 15 minutes. Half-time here, Southampton 0, Newcastle 0. Welcome back to Staplewood for this second half live commentary. Under 23s football, Southampton against Newcastle United. And there is the main man, the Southampton manager, Ralph Hasenhüttl, who is here as well on Tuesday night against West Ham United for Saints' 3-0 win. He was very impressed with the players then. And he's watching tonight, see what Saints can provide with him watching on in the next 45 minutes. So he's here watching on. Newcastle United just making a substitution. And Lungello is the man coming on. Jamie Sterry is coming off in what seems like a half-time interval here of nearly 20 minutes. But we've just come out now. Newcastle United to get us underway here in the second half. It's Roberts and the referee, Josh Smith, blows his whistle to get this second half underway here. Southampton in 4th against Newcastle United in 6th before tonight. A win for Newcastle would see them leapfrog Southampton in the table. A win for Saints would keep the pressure on that top leading pack. Saints unchanged in the second half, as it's one back there for Newcastle United. Up towards the substitutes, and Lungello straight into the action. Still Lungello. Is Sorensen out towards the right-hand side. Roberts. Still doing well there. Good play. Headed away that time from O'Driscoll. So Southampton have a different formation tonight. In the past, it has been a 4-2-3-1 on a lot of occasions, but they go for a 3-4-3 today, with Lewis in goal, O'Connor, O'Driscoll, and Clara, the three at the back. Ramsey and Vokins, the wing-backs. Slattery and Hamblin in the middle, with Smallbone and Teller playing just off Afolabi. Saints substitutes, Kapahuma, Jack Rose, Jankovic, Rabis and Christian Norton. Go for the Newcastle side in a second. They've got Harker on the ball now. 2 gone in the second half. Under pressure there again from Smallbone. Newcastle United have a free kick. Harker in goal for them. Sterry coming off. So Lungello on. Longstaff, Bailey, Watson, Gibson at the back. Lungello and Sanagra in the middle. And Allen, Roberts and Wilson playing off their top goal scorer, Sorensen. Their other substitutes, Hutanen, McEntee, Cambreras and Yannick Touré and Ruddy Jahidi. Interesting to see what he said to his players at half-time, because there was a decent 10-15 minute period where they were pushing Newcastle back. But more urgency needed. It has not been a classic so far. The man who's well regarded from the Southampton supporters as a player. Over 105 caps for Tunisia as well. And now Newcastle United give it away. O'Driscoll leaves it, and Clara will take the throw. Early stages here of the second half. Saints have won 2 of their last 3 matches, including that win against West Ham in the week. Before that, they won in style in the Premier League Cup, beating Notts County 7-0, which was quite some doing. But they've also lost 2-1 at Aston Villa last weekend, despite taking a 1-0 lead in the league, which means that that gap to Wolves at the top is now 3 points. Forward from Wilson. Chip forward again. Sorensen back for Newcastle, who still look like they're getting it inside Saints' final third already, a bit more than they did in the first half. And they could win a free kick here, they do. So a foul that time on Roberts making the advance run. Hamblin with a foul. And an opportunity to shoot here for the side from the northeast. This is both of these two sides' final game of the year. So it could well be Callum Roberts to hit this potentially for Newcastle. Newcastle hadn't really won any free kicks in any dangerous positions in the first half, but they've got an opportunity here in the first 5 of the second. Bit of a hairy moment this for Southampton. Yet to test Harry Lewis in the Southampton goal, but they'll look to do it now. Oh, and he completely makes a mishap of that one. Slips on the turf there, Callum Roberts. Saved comfortably from Lewis in the Southampton goal. Saints don't play again till January the 4th. We'll have live online TV coverage of that game at home to Stoke City. Then Middlesbrough away and Leeds away to come. So a lot of travelling for the Saints youngsters in January. Newcastle away at Sunderland in January. West Brom at home and Notts County away to come for them. But a last game of the year for both sides. Good play that was. And Roberts is really starting to get himself into the game here in the second half, and it's Newcastle on top here now in the second half. Stays goalless though. 6 gone in the second half. Gibson to take the throw. He's also had a lone spell at Gateshead in the past, Gibson. One back, and Clara. Harry Lewis makes sure. Headed on from Teller. Gibson. Owen Bailey, the Newcastle skipper, described himself as an old-fashioned centre-back, Owen Bailey. His older brother Ryan also plays in the Northern League, but here in the under-23s, league action tonight, game number 13 of the season for both sides. Foul on Sanagra, and Mo Sanagra wins another free kick for Newcastle. Saints struggling to get out the traps here in the second half. Newcastle enjoying more possession so far since the interval. Back from Watts to Harker. Harker delivers it forward to Wilson. Back from Ramsey, here's Clara. Sanagra. Lungello the substitute. I think him being introduced has given Newcastle a fresh impetus as well. Interestingly, Newcastle United have scored more goals in the first half than the second half this season. Normally the other way round, but 0-0 it is so far. But when Newcastle get going, it's difficult to stop. 3 times they've scored at least 5 goals in a game. So very difficult to stop at times. Teller over towards Vokins. Good play this from Southampton, and Smallbone with the touch, couldn't get that towards goal. First chance of the second half for Southampton, and it was a really decent one. Teller linking up with Vokins, and here's another opportunity. And the shot comes in from Afolabi, well saved. And this time it's Smallbone who scores for Saints. And how much does he deserve that goal? He's been terrific from minute 1. And Will Smallbone gives Southampton a vital lead here at the training ground. Off his knee, makes no mistake. And it leaves Harker with no chance in the Newcastle United goal. A quiet second half for Saints. But that will get them going, no doubt. Saints 1, Newcastle 0. Great strike then from Smallbone. who had done everything but score so far tonight up to that goal. Well, it was a quiet first half. Wondered if there was going to be a goal at all tonight, but changes the dimensions of the game, that one. Newcastle will now have to push Southampton further and further back. He took it really well. A great first touch from Smallbone. As cool as you like with the finish. Well, he's hit the bar from long distance. He's put it just wide from 30 yards. And that time closer to goal from 8 yards. Made no mistake with his right foot. 10 gone in the second half. Southampton 1, Newcastle 0. Matt Longstaff back to Harker. Here's Smallbone again. Wilson. Out towards the right. Longello. Tracked back really well there from Slattery, who has defended well tonight. O'Driscoll to O'Connor. Longello. Ramsey. Came off Gibson. And big 5-minute period coming up now for Southampton just to settle the nerves at 1-0 up. Always a vulnerable time, this stage of the game, just after that goal. Saints take the lead though, 1-0 up here at Staplewood. Here is Callum Slattery. Out towards the right to Ramsey. It was a pass from Clara, another throw to Southampton. He'll be pleased with that couple of minutes there, and he'd be slightly relieved, Roddy Shahidi, as well, because Newcastle were enjoying the best of it up to that point in the second half. Wondered if it was going to be back to the wall stuff, but Saints scoring on that breakaway at just the right time. Here's O'Connor. Flags up. Advantage Newcastle. Saints going well this season. Saints going well tonight, leading by that 1-0. Season which started with a 2-0 win at home to Middlesbrough back in August for Southampton. And saying about Newcastle scoring more goals in the first half, for Southampton it's the other way round. As Teller forward again to Vokins. This is good from Southampton. Couldn't find the ball though. Opened up for him. 3 in the box. Here's Wilson. Clara does well to win the throw for Southampton. 60% of Saints' goals have come in the last half an hour, in fact. And we are not far away from reaching the hour mark here tonight either. Newcastle to make their second substitution. It's Yannick Touré coming on for Adam Wilson. And Yannick Touré, who joined from Young Boys in Switzerland, the Senegalese-born player, beat off a lot of competition to sign for Newcastle United, so he's on. Touré and Longello have now been brought into the action for the away side. And as you can see on that pitch in the background there, there's some under-9s football going on there. Southampton against Juventus, interestingly. So there we are. It could be the future Southampton team. You never know in 10 years' time. But here, it's an opportunity 10 years down the line, here's Southampton with Teller. Chipped across though, given away. Free kick to Newcastle United. We've approached the hour mark now. Will Smallbone with that goal, and it came just in the nick of time for Southampton, really, during that little bit spell of pressure from Newcastle. Afolabi with a shot originally, did well in the first place to get back and play it across, and Smallbone did the rest. Made an assist in Saints' 3-0 win against West Ham in midweek as well. Lewis kicks it long. Ramsey. Hamblin. Hamblin again. Ramsey. O'Driscoll. O'Connor. Slattery. Feeds it over towards Ramsey, but he won't get there. Newcastle have had 3 home games in a row. Their last away match was actually at Southampton in the Premier League Cup. Their last win away, which was before that, was a 4-1 win against Manchester United. But here comes Southampton again with Teller. Teller into the box, and it's Afolabi with the finish. And Saints lead gets a little more comfortable now. And it's Jonathan Afolabi. It's Southampton 2, Newcastle United 0. And again, it came from nothing, really. Nathan Teller on the attack. Decent cross from him. Afolabi with a finish. And Afolabi, who was the provider for the first goal, this time scores. And Southampton, who've only had 2 or 3 chances in the second half, have taken 2 of them. And there is Teller with a decent pass into the box. Found nicely to Afolabi. Afolabi on the score sheet. Southampton have been twice. It's Southampton 2, Newcastle 0. And is a long way back from Newcastle now in this stage of the game. Smallbone and Afolabi with the goals. Clara with the throw. Hamblin with the chip forward. Teller does the chasing. Newcastle with the throw. Home games then to come between now and the end of the season for Southampton against Stoke, Fulham, Reading, Norwich and Sunderland. We'll have live online TV coverage of all of those games on the Saints FC Facebook page and YouTube channel, including this one tonight against Newcastle United. Could be Newcastle's first defeat in 6. The Newcastle did have a wobble early on in the season when they lost 4 games on the spin. But I'm sure they'll be up there at the end of the season. But it's not been their night so far. Back to Harker. Roberts. Throw to Newcastle. Infield to Sorensen. Longello's not going to get there. Lewis does. Sorensen just receiving some Or just back up now onto his feet so he won't need any treatment there, holding his head. Elias Sorensen, who has been training with the first team himself. The Danish striker. Well into double figures now as far as his tally for Newcastle United is concerned. Gibson back to Harker. Not too far away from halfway through the second half now. Forward down the right-hand side to Allen. Somehow managed to stay in there. That's a foul from O'Connor. Referee yet to produce a yellow card so far tonight. O'Connor late there with the tackle, and the Southampton captain. And it is going to be the first yellow card from referee Josh Smith. Don't think Thomas O'Connor can have too many complaints there either. Well, Saints 2-0 up here. Last season, they won 5-1 at Newcastle, which is a fantastic result. 10 months ago, Teller, Obafemi, Alfie Jones, Hesketh and Middle-O's were on the score sheet then. Here, not as comfortable as that, but going well, 2-0 up, but they need to stay focused here to keep that solid 2-0 lead. It's a ball in from Lungello, and it's headed away up towards Slattery, and it could well find the net, but it's well blocked. In again from Lungello. Yannick Toure just slips up. That's a case of anywhere will do there from Jonathan Afolabi. O'Connor did well to head that away. Brave defending from him. Great save from Lewis. Clara to take. Sheedy said that they ticked all the boxes against West Ham on Tuesday. Well, certainly not been the perfect performance from Southampton tonight. They've not tested the goalkeeper that often, but when they've needed to be clinical in the second half, in the right areas, they've certainly done that. Smallbone and Afolabi giving Saints a 2-0 lead as we head into the last 22 minutes plus stoppage time. Ramsey to take the throw. O'Driscoll. O'Connor. Came off Rosaria Lungello there. '17-year-old Lungello, the former West Ham and Norwich man. He'll be 18 in 2 weeks' time. But Lungello was really starting to cause some problems there for Southampton before that first Saints goal, which just calmed things down. Forward from Clara. Here's Kane Ramsey. Wins it again off Gibson. Good perseverance. Teller. Still Teller. Afolabi's in the box. Free kick to Southampton. Well, Southampton have played 12, won 6, drawn 3, lost 3 in the league. 1 point behind Manchester United in third before tonight. But are going very well here tonight. They won't want to concede in the next 5-10 minutes though, because Newcastle end matches well on the whole, including that last gasp goal against Saints last month in the Premier League Cup. Free kick here, it's as good as a corner, if not better. Ball into the box, and that so easily it could have gone out for an own goal there, but a corner kick instead. Off Most Sangare. Nearly went in off the post, but a corner kick to Southampton, who had 7 or 8 in the first half, but none in the second up to this point. Smallbone to take the corner. No need for everyone to be in the box. There's 3 outside. Smallbone. Well, headed away. So foul then from Slattery. Referee gets the yellow card out for that push. Callum Slattery trying in vain to get that ball. It was a push there on Sorensen. Elias Sorensen wins a free kick. Here's Gibson. Decent ball into the box. It's dealt with though, but Newcastle United are going to win a throw here. Last 20 minutes. Push there on Callum Slattery, who's certainly been box to box tonight, been all over the pitch. And he wins a free kick, and that's just what Saints want in this position, this time of the game. 20 to play, 2-0 up. Both goals in the second half. And on reflection, Southampton do deserve to be winning this game tonight, due to the fact that they didn't create an awful lot in the first half, but they created more than Newcastle and had more possession. Newcastle started off the better in the second half before that Saints goal. And Kane Ramsey, who signed his first professional contract only 2 months ago, Kane Ramsey, after joining from Chelsea. Nearly gets on the ball there, but not that time. Gibson straight to Clara. Slattery tries to put Vokins away. Delicious ball from him, and Vokins wins a throw for Southampton. And Saints will be in no rush. I think Newcastle are going to make a third and final substitution in the next few minutes. No sign of any for Southampton, but no reason to, the way things are going, particularly in the second half. Vokins. Here's Roberts again. Gibson. Newcastle pushing forward. Here's Allen. Watts to Gibson. Liam Gibson back again. Back to Harker. Sangare back. Vokins to O'Connor. And the Irish defender slash midfielder. It feels like Saints have grown into this system as well. This 3 at the back, a different formation tonight, but they're so far yielding a decent scoreline. Chip forward from Longstaff. Sorensen into the penalty area. Appeals there, and the penalty's been given. Well, the referee was quick to blow. And just when Saints were looking really comfortable, Sorensen with the ball into the box, a push from O'Connor. And Newcastle United win a penalty Longelo winning it. And now a real chance to set up a grandstand last 15 minutes or so here for Newcastle United. Saints will hope that's not the case. Harry Lewis, on his first appearance for the under-23s for quite some time, will try and make himself a hero here. But it's Roberts to take. And Roberts steps up and comfortably puts it down the middle to make it 2-1. And Newcastle United have breathed life back into this game. All the goals coming in the second half. Southampton 2, Newcastle 1. And here is a chance again. The push from O'Connor, the referee not far behind it. There was a penalty for Southampton on the other night, but it was a missed one from Slattery. This time a penalty from Newcastle down the other end. Straight down the middle. 2-1. Lewis did well to find a Southampton player there, otherwise Saints would have been in real trouble. Last quarter of an hour. Sangare coming forward now for Newcastle. Here's Gibson. Gibson aimed up towards Toure and Longelo, back from Smallbone, and Clara to Afolabi. Sangara wins a free kick, and now things going Newcastle's way after that penalty. So Saints were 2-0 up and looking good. So you're saying Newcastle have one of the best attacks in the league so far this season. They've got a +8 goal difference, which is the third best in the league. And they've got on the score sheet tonight. It would have been surprising had they not have scored. They normally do. Saints now have the last quarter of an hour to see this game out. Mazzare Longelo to take the free kick. Longelo goes deep. Lewis punches away. Away from Teller, but Newcastle coming forward once more with Thomas Allen. Another throw to the away side. They'll certainly want to go back to the northeast with at least a point. It looked way beyond their reach 5 minutes ago, but things have changed since. Longelo back. Allen. Wins a free kick again. Another free kick inside Southampton's half. Naturally, after that goal, Southampton starting to be pushed back here. Once again, it's Longelo to take the free kick. Longelo into the box. Slattery away, and Southampton win a free kick, and that was going to be a big relief for Southampton. And they will hope that that really decent 5-10 minutes there from Newcastle will come to an end soon. And that's exactly what they wanted, a free kick in that position. And Saints are about to make their first substitution of the evening with Enzo Rabis coming on. Tied down to professional terms when he turns 17 in May. And Nathan Teller comes off. And Rabis is again a attacking midfielder like Teller. Another player who's been raved about, Rabis. So much talent, the French midfielder. Let's see what he can do this evening. He's done well tonight, Nathan Teller. Certainly gone after that Newcastle defence, pushed Newcastle's defence back. When he's on the ball, he's looked like he could cause problems. But Rabis straight into the action gives Southampton another decent attacking threat. Harry Lewis. One back again from O'Connor. Forward to Rabis. Another throw to Newcastle United. Newcastle, who started their season with a 1-1 draw at West Brom, but they went to beat Sunderland 5-0 a week later, which they certainly would have enjoyed. That's got to hurt. Certainly didn't seem to affect him though, Kane Ramsey. Last 10 minutes. Toure, Gibson. Newcastle have made 2 of their 3 substitutions. One was at half-time. Southampton have made 1, with Rabis coming on there for Teller. Push there on Hamblin from Sangare, and Southampton win another free kick. Just slowed it down again last 2 or 3 minutes, Saints. Better from them. Bit of frustration there from Newcastle, giving away those free kicks. Thrown out from Harker. Slattery, free kick, Southampton again. 1, 2 or 3 now in a couple of minutes, Southampton. Here's Vokins again. Deep inside Newcastle's half. Vokins again. Newcastle won it back. Newcastle, who did have Neil Redfern as their assistant manager to Ben Dawson before he left. And now Southampton get it away. And then come back again, Neil Redfern. He was the Liverpool women's coach. And now it's played back again. Watts plays it back again, this time to Bailey. Keeping the ball well, but only inside their own half. Now they move into Saints' half. Now they come forward with Yannick Toure. Really well trapped back there from Clara, who was moving forward as a midfielder there, but did well to help his teammates out. Reaction to come from that man, Radhi Jahidi, after this game will be on the Southampton FC website, Facebook page, YouTube channel as well. Follow our Twitter page as well at Southampton FC. He will be very pleased, certainly, with that 15-minute period where Saints went 2-0 up. Will he be a happy man after this game? Certainly he will be if the scoreline stays as it is. It is Ramsey to take. Hamblin. Push from Afolabi there on Gibson. And the free kick given to Newcastle, which they take quickly. Too quickly. Once again, he'll take it, Kellen Watts. Vokins. Here's Rabis. One back, and now Matthew Longstaff. Good one-touch football here for Newcastle. A little push there from Clara, but does well there Roberts to stay onto his feet. It comes off Slattery. Unfortunately, it comes straight to a Saints player. Another Newcastle throw. Here's Gibson. Liam Gibson given away, small bone again. Afolabi, he's got the beating here of his opponent Watts. Still Afolabi. Does he win a free kick? Yes, given in favour of Southampton with 5 to play. And Newcastle United are about to bring on Juan Cambreras as their third and final substitution. It's only a late challenge there. High foot from Liam Gibson. So Sangare goes off. Cambreras comes on. Last throw of the dice as far as Newcastle United are concerned. Southampton had a free kick in this position early on in the second half. They couldn't quite capitalise, but let's see what they can do now. Vokins to take the free kick. Into a dangerous area, punch clear from Harker. Forward from Sorensen. He was the man who scored late against Saints last month. Hasn't had that one opportunity yet on goal though, Sorensen. Saints have to make sure that doesn't happen. Otherwise he's likely to punish Southampton. Roberts again. He's going to leave at that time for Gibson. Forward from Cambreras. Lovely football that time. Southampton really defending well. Fantastic challenge there from O'Connor. Vokins. Matt Longstaff. Newcastle could be in here. Sorensen. Smallbone. There's a free kick here in a dangerous position. So, a handball on the edge of the penalty area, and this is a very dangerous free kick here. Like it was a handball, and it was Slattery in the end with the handball. But things were going so well for Southampton. 2-0 up, it's 2-1. Southampton have some defending to do, and it's likely to be Callum Roberts to take the free kick. He takes most of Newcastle's, although Sorensen could fancy this as well. Last 3 minutes plus stoppage time. Well, just kicking off there. Sorensen there and Rabis. Referee just needs to try and calm things down here. Rabis has only been on the pitch for a few minutes. Tempers flaring here at the Southampton training ground. In the meantime, this is nervy times for Southampton. Sorensen still feels like perhaps he could take this free kick. Well, eventually, well, it was silly really. Another yellow card this time for Rabis. Well, he was certainly heading that way. Straight off the wall. Roberts with a free kick. Came off Vokins. Newcastle again. Going to try once more. Might get another opportunity here. And this time Slattery away for Saints. Newcastle enjoying a good spell of possession. But here is Liam Gibson. Vokins away. It's nearly corner flag time really for Southampton if they can get it into those corners. Board will be up soon. Here's Gibson again. He's had plenty of the ball in the second half, but he's not going to find a Newcastle man. Instead, he finds Harry Lewis in the Southampton goal. Well, I would imagine 3 minutes of stoppage time. I can't imagine there'd be any more, perhaps 4, but we'll find out soon. Saints have only made 1 substitution, and one of Newcastle's was at half-time. So here's Afolabi. Forward up towards Sorensen, he's not going to get there. Well-timed tackle there from Callum Roberts. The Saints have the throw. 5 minutes of added time. Well, where did that come from? Well, I said 3 maximum. I thought it might have been 2, but 5 minutes indicated there from the 4th official. Obviously enjoying himself so much tonight. .5 minutes, and we were late getting this match underway anyway, and we had about nearly 20 minutes of half time. Another throw then over on that left hand side. So 5 minutes of added time. We're into it now. Southampton, in fact, with the throw, I should say. Vokins to take. But at least Southampton have it where they want it at the moment. Vokins to take. Still, as you're saying, Southampton trying to get in the corner. That's where they've got it now. But he needs to be careful there. He's already on a yellow card. Missed the man and the ball there, though. Here's Roberts. One back from O'Connor. Lovely run here. He's still going. Can he provide the finish? He can provide a pass. Falls to O'Connor, curls it with a left foot. Heading for the top corner, but in the end it went too close to Harker. But what a run that was from O'Connor in the first place, who found Smallbone, and he deserves something from that after running 40 yards up the field. Smallbone passes it back. A little bit of cramp as well for Kane Ramsey by the looks of it. So in a pass from Smallbone. So that will be added on from the referee, but Ramsey's back onto his feet now. 3 minutes of the 5 of stoppage time still to be played here. Sure what Roddy Gidi would have thought when that 5 went up on the board. I think Saints are about to make another substitution here by the looks of it though as well, just to slow this game down. Final 180 seconds or so. Southampton have a free kick. Foul on Rabis. So substitution to be made from Southampton. And it's Bahama coming on for Saints, and off is going to go Kane Ramsey. So the Ghanaian centre-back coming on, who made the switch from Manchester City. Ramsey has been solid as ever in that full-back position. Saints would have hoped that it was just the 3 minutes and the referee would be about to blow his whistle. We've got another couple of minutes or so to go, possibly more. Vokins. Slattery. It's another one of those runs from O'Connor, coming from deep. O'Connor can't find the finish that time. push there again on Yannick Touré. It's a free kick. Not ideal in this situation for Saints. Just one goal separates the two. Saints were 2-0 up. It's 2-1 now. Last possible chance to come for Newcastle. Callum Roberts. Anywhere will do for Saints now. Smallbone cleared. Given away from Thomas Allen. And Saints have a real chance now to put this game to bed. Beast waits for it in the box. Vokins loses out. And it goes in the way of Newcastle United, who Saints will hope to keep them in that corner because Newcastle need to get it inside Southampton's half quickly. It's into it now. The 5 minutes is pretty much up. A few more seconds though to be added on, I'd have thought, after that Saints substitution. Risky header back. No free kick given. Down the right hand side. Here's Smallbone to keep it in the corner. No look at the watch yet from the referee. Saints are seconds away, you would think. Josh Smith about to blow his whistle on what would be a huge 3 points for Southampton if they can win this game and get back to winning ways after that defeat against Aston Villa in the league. And they have picked up a big 3 points. All the goals coming in the second half. Saints finishing the job in the end. Afolabi with a second goal after Smallbone had given Southampton a 1-0 lead. Saints back up and running in the league, back to winning ways, and they end 2018 in style in what has been a pretty good 12 months for the under-23s. Just missed out on a playoff place last season, but they've come out stronger this year, keeping the pressure on those top sides in this division. So in the second half, all the goals came after the break. Great perseverance from Afolabi, good first touch from Smallbone, bang straight into the back of the net. That got Southampton's confidence going again because Newcastle had started off better in the second half, but then great run from Teller, who got substituted in the end, provided the goal from Afolabi. He's had a great night. Afolabi, 1 assist, 1 goal. Long way back then from Newcastle, but they had a little bit of an opportunity here for Newcastle to get themselves back into the game with a penalty to set up a big last 15 minutes. A cool, composed finish from Roberts, but despite a free kick on the edge of the box, Newcastle didn't really create that much after that. In fact, they didn't create a great deal all night, and on reflection, Southampton on the whole worthy winners tonight. Thanks very much for tuning in, and we'll see you after the new year. So very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, as Southampton FC under-23s have won by 2-1 tonight. Reaction to come then from Ruddy Jahidi after this game will go up online on all the official Southampton FC outlets. But it finished here at Staplewood. Things went very well in the end for Saints. Full time, Southampton 2, Newcastle 1.